Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Player Sky. We have Nightwing from the Arkham Knight series. This is also going to be a blind review, meaning I know little or none at all about the character other than he's awesome. I have not played the game, nor read the comics. I'm getting this figure because I have the Batman figures, the Batgirl for the Player Sky, and I kind of just want to have him. I've been wanting to get a Robin, but I can't really find a good figure for him, and usually I prefer the latest release, so we have Nightwing instead. I know he's not quite Robin, but he's Nightwing. And yeah, I got mine from Tato Hobby. I'll provide the link down below if you're looking to get one. I'm not sure if this list is on their web store. They might have some on the actual storefront, or otherwise you can send an inquiry. You can get the upcoming Player's Guide through them as well. So here we go. Now this retails about $130. It is kind of pricey, and that's when I actually stopped ordering Player Sky. I really want to get the villain crossover with Batman, like the Joker, the Two-Face, even the Mr. Freeze version of Batman. Unfortunately, those are $200 each, so that's a little too much for what I wanted. So I'm not gonna go through that. So if you're looking for a review on that, unfortunately I'm not gonna be doing one. But I did pre-order this way back, so I typically don't want to back down on what I've already pre-ordered, because sometimes I find that it's actually a good figure. Then you have regret after that. Yeah, so I'll just take it. If I don't like it, I can always sell it back. Well, maybe for less, that is, depending on the figure. But anyways, here's the review. Here's the box. This is number 6, I believe. On the back here, I did have a Batgirl here. So this is kind of paired up with Batgirl. Yep. So that's pretty much it from the outside part of the box. It's a windowed box, as you can see inside here. There we go. Yeah, nice. You get a Batarang there. You get your Night Sticks, or Escrima Sticks. Get a little bit of information from him. There we go. And I think that's pretty much it for the box. Let's take a look inside. Alright, so we have Nightwing here. So first thing you'll notice, you have the blue, typical shape on his chest. Then it kind of transitions to metallic purple, and I do like that. It's kind of like one of those when you shine on something, it's supposed to transition, but this one it's painted on. It doesn't really transition to that, but I like that color that we can see here, even on the back side, and some here on to the leg. So nice. I like that concept. His armor or his suit looks great as well. Quite nice. Now starting here, or continuing with the head here, we get a nice sculpt. Here, this part here in the front part, it's a bit flexible. Goes under the back. It's a gloss black. Now I did have a paint mishap here on my particular figure, right there on the cheekbone or that section, corner of the mask. It's not too bad, but it looks like the paint kind of pulled down. Yeah, I could just pass it off as a battle dash, but it's okay. It's not like a big gash or something. Now for the face sculpt, I'm not sure if this is kind of what it is for the game. It looks a little odd to me. I always imagine kind of Robin or Nightwing having more of a pointed chin. This one is a bit more rounded, but again, maybe this is what it's supposed to look like. Now for the neck, you have this soft goods here. Usually the Player Sky have that, like the chest part is soft, which in a way kind of gets, like, especially for this neck here, this is soft here. I think my neck area kind of went over, so I might have to play around and let me see if I can. There we go. I want to tuck that in. That's what I'm trying to do here. So that's that part there. I mean, articulation wise, it's actually good. You can look up, you can look down, side to side. There we go. So it's nice, not too bad. Although, yeah, sometimes this neck part just goes over this section here, and you might have to just turn it over so it'll go in and put it back. And I still kind of find this section a bit odd, but from afar, it does work, having that muscles there. Now for the shoulder, as you move this up, again, it's gonna hit this. It kind of gets in the way, but what you want to do is just kind of overlap it a little bit. It'll be on top. There we go. Now it's the new style shoulder joint. It's not the swivel one where it kind of swivel forward. So you only get that movement right there, which is not too bad. And when you look inside, it's kind of weird. It seems like there's another joint there. It's a circular part here. Then on this side here, it's rectangular. But I think that's how you attach the shoulder joint in there, or whoever's assembling this. But yeah, that's the only articulation joint. I mean, there's a gap there, but since it's all black, it's not noticeable. And obviously you can rotate this around, although it's kind of forcing it. So if he's reaching with his weapon on the back, you can definitely do that. Elbow articulation, you get that. Not so bad for the backside of the elbow. Then now you got your wrist joint here, and a bicep swivel. So really good articulation so far. You just gonna have to play around with the soft part here of the armor. Now for the torso, you got that bull joint, maybe a combination of a hinge. That's probably the hinge right there. There is a little gap. This side here kind of sticks out. So you kind of just have to center it. I think that's the thing. Waist articulation, you can tilt it a little bit to the side here. There we go. You do have that swivel on the waist. Then you got your Polaris Sky waist joint. It does ratchet as well, which is great for to hold a certain pose. The Polaris Sky, it is a big figure. It does have some weight, so ratcheting joint is a good thing. So you can move that forward or backward. Now this is free floating as well. For the butt area, I know this is a little odd. I find it a little weird. You kind of trim it short as opposed to a full cover. So I mean, certain angle, it does look weird. Looks like there's a diaper there, but I mean, from afar, you're not gonna be able to see that. Looks like it's just his butt muscles there. I know it's kind of weird going over that, but when you take pictures, and sometimes you're taking a picture of him on a certain pose, so yeah, you want to have a good body anatomy, or at least close to it. Sometimes they get the butt right, sometimes they don't. Yeah, same goes with well, a lot of female figures kind of go around with that route as well. Now for the back side of the knee joint, or actually in front, so you bend this down. If you just bend this, it's gonna stop there. It's double jointed, so you have to bend the top part as well. Sometimes it does get stuck, and depending on how you bend it, you can actually bend the top part a little bit more. As you can see here, I get to the middle part there. There we go. It's not too bad. At least it's not too much space in between. So it's just a matter of where you bend that knee. Then you got your ankle joint here. Then you got your toe joint, which is a little stiff, but it is provided. Then you can wiggle this about depending on what pose you want to. So that's pretty much it for the figure. Overall, it's a great articulation for Play Art Sky. You know, it does what we want it to, for the most part. Alright, so let's go over the gimmicks. No, I didn't show this on, but there is that Play Art Sky stand. It comes standard for all Play Arts release. So you always have that stand that you kind of have to assemble from the inside backing. Now for the Escrima Sticks, you have this section here, or these two small ones. I'm not sure if this is like the folded version of it. Then you have the longer version here. I'm not too sure. So you do have these little ones. Maybe it's a separate weapon. So you have this. Then you have your batarang here. The batarang, it's a rather dull looking. But I mean, for a weapon, it probably does quite a bit. But that's his batarang. Then you do have this back connector here. To put this on. Now, putting this on, it's a bit kind of hard. Because you got this ripples here. Or the ridge for grip. And trying to put this on feels like you're gonna scrape some of the plastic. So you kind of just roll it over. There we go. And do the same thing on the other side. Just kind of just roll it over. As you push it in. There we go. So he just kind of goes over. This pegs in on his back right here. And there we go. Get those sticks there. And then you can go over, to reach that over. And it does match, which is a good thing. Also for the hands, so aside from the closed fist, you have two hands to hold those Escrima Sticks. And you have a pair of hands to hold the batarang. And it's nice of them to give us a pair. Because sometimes they just give you one. Usually the right hand, or depending if the character is right or left-handed. But here we got both. So that's a great thing. And I think that should have been always the given for any figure. Give them a pair of hands. Do not just give one. Unless it's just like a stylized or a special. The character only uses one hand to do that. Like what I'm trying to say is, if they always point with the right, okay, then maybe given only the right hand to point. But you know, holding weapons should be always a pair. So here's one. Him holding the batarang. So this one doesn't have well, they didn't give us the relaxed hand or even a open hand. You know, kind of like this. It would have been cool, but no, nonetheless, this is not too bad. Yep. Really nice. Otherwise, let's see if I can put the Escrima Sticks on his hand. Alright, so I managed to put it on. I did it off camera because it is ridiculously hard to put it on. Yeah, so you have this hand here and trying to squeeze that stick with ridges on the handle in between the thumb and the pointing finger. Yeah, you might have to pry it out or kind of open up the gap between the fingers here with a screwdriver or some kind of hard stick. Then before sliding that thing in. Yeah. And even then, how do you even put this little guy here? The ends here also, it kind of adds a little, you know, width to that. And it just doesn't work, or doesn't go in quite easily with the approach of going from the end. I wish this or separates. It does not do that. This thing is solid. I don't think yeah, I don't think it opens at all. I wish it did. So unfortunately, there is going to be some difficulty putting that on, and hopefully when you do it on yours, nothing breaks. There is a possibility of you know, the fingers here getting deformed or scratched or kind of like bent in because of this rigid. So it will happen. But anyways, if you manage to get to this point, you got an awesome Escrima Sticks that Nightwing can use. This is really nice. We can do a lot of cool poses with this. Yeah, just a really awesome figure to play with. And more than likely, I will probably just leave those sticks there on his hands. I think they're better on the hands as opposed to the back. But yeah, I really wish there was an easier way to put those hands onto the sticks. yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the review. The pouches here are just designed. They're not functional. Most of the time, they're not functional for a Play Arts guy. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the review. If you got questions, I'll try my best to answer those for you. Again, I got mine from Tatsu Hobby. I'll provide the link down below for inquiries. And that's about it. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.